Longovicium was an auxiliary fort on Dere Street, in the Roman province of Britannia Inferior. It is located just southwest of Lanchester in the English county of Durham, roughly 8 miles to the west of the city of Durham and 5 miles from Consett. History. Longovicium was situated between the forts of Vindamora and Venovia on Dere Street, the main Roman road linking Eboracum with Hadrian's Wall and beyond. It is about 20 miles south of the wall, and was built on high ground with clear views around the site. Some archaeologists have postulated that a road may have existed connecting the fort at Longovicium to the one at Concangus, but this has yet to be proven. The fort is listed both in the Notitia Dignitatum and in the Ravenna cosmography. The name Longovicium is derived from Britannic *longard, ship, and *uic, warrior, fighter. A construction slab identifies the Legio 20 Valeria Victrix as having built the fort, but as is usual, this gives no real clue as to when the fort was actually built. It is estimated to have been built later than the other forts on Dere Street, around 150 AD, and there are evidences that it was rebuilt around 230–240 AD and again in the early 4th century. The fort had a typical rectangular playing card shape and had 4 gates, being surrounded by a ditch. Despite never having systematically excavated the site, archaeologists have found the remains of the headquarters buildings, a bathhouse and some barracks buildings through the use of geophysical survey. Remains of a nearby vicus have been found, and its traces can be seen through aerial photography. A cemetery was also discovered in the 20th century to the southwest of the fort, with examples of stone-lined burials and cremation sites. The fact that the fort is located on fields that have not been plowed means its condition is remarkable, although stone robbing has taken its toll. A column, probably from the colonnade of the Commandant's house, can be found in the nearby All Saints Parish Church, as can an altar dedicated to Goddess Garmongibus. Andrew Breeze has argued that the Battle of Brunumber took place at Longovicium. He interprets Brunumber as meaning stronghold of the Brownie, the river which passes the fort. Aqueducts and reservoirs. Longovicium is also interesting in having a copious water supply from 2 aqueducts, one of which was fed from an impounded source to the west. The dam harnessed the water of 21 springs and was 20 feet high and 110 yards in length, being stone-faced and clay-lined on the inside. Despite not being on the scale of those supplying cities, the Longovicium aqueduct was nevertheless a significant feat of engineering, being considered one of the best preserved aqueducts in Britain. There is also a receiving reservoir near the fort itself. The Dolaucothi gold mines had a larger number of aqueducts and numerous reservoirs, which are also very well preserved. The water supply at Dolaucothi was used for hydraulic mining and hushing gold deposits, while that at Longovicium is currently unknown. Industry. The above-average usage of water might be attributed to the demands of the baths, latrines and the possible armamentarium, although industrial usage is more likely, since all forts would have baths and latrines. Large-scale smithing or smelting is assumed to have been carried out within the fort of the associated vicus, judging by the large quantities of slag and cinders found at the site. This would seem to support the thesis that this particular fort was home to an armamentarium, or arms store, where weaponry was fabricated and stored. This would supply not only Longovicium but other nearby forts. However, the site is almost unique in Britain for the size of its water supply, and the remains imply large-scale iron smelting, perhaps assisted by water mills for forging iron products. Much of what we know about the site is due to the large number of altars, dedication slabs and a milestone dedicated to Emperor Gordian III found half half a mile away from the fort on the path of Dere Street. Gods worshipped include traditional Roman deities such as Jupiter, Mars, Mercury and Sylvanus, and Celtic and Germanic ones such as Garmongobus. From such stones and building inscriptions we know who built the fort and eventually garrisoned it. Garrison. During the 1st century AD, 2 stones attest that the cohors primi fidavad Lorum Miliaria Equitata Silvium Romanorum were present at Longovicium. This unit of Varduoli had its origins in Hispania Tarraconensis, Guipuzcoa, in northern Spain, where the unit was raised. This unit was also present at other forts in the Britannia Superior, such as Castle Carey, Bremenium, Caustapitium and Mile Castle 19 on Hadrian's Wall. The Tarraconensis region of Spain was the most important source of gold, tin, copper and other metals and minerals in the entire Roman Empire, and the Romans applied water power on a large scale for hydraulic mining using aqueducts to tap the local rivers. The remains of the mining efforts can be seen today at Las Medulas. For example, it may not be coincidental that Lanchester possesses so many aqueducts and reservoirs, although they must have been adapted for some other purpose. Another 2 stone inscriptions, dated AD 238 and 244, attest to the cohors primi Lingonum and the cohors primi Lingonum Gordiana Equitata as also being present there. The Lingons inhabited the Plateau de Langes in the Bourgogne region of France, near Dijon. There was also a detachment of Suebians from Lusitania present at this time. The 4th century AD sees the fort garrisoned by a native unit of Longovicians, an irregular part-mounted auxiliary unit commanded by Roman knights. Future projects: the Friends of Longovicium Society, Durham County Council, Durham University and Newcastle University have been working together with the owner of the lands on which the fort is situated to eventually open the area for the public, turning it into a tourist attraction. Possible excavations are also envisaged. The project is currently worth a couple of £1 million, funds which the county council is pursuing through the English Heritage